We are live. I don't know why I always scratch my head like that when I look at the video. um, hey guys, welcome to my channel, Glen. My name's Glenn. I'm trying to help you through this world of cryptocurrency and what I learn as I go along. So thank you for joining. Don't forget, I'll get all the plug-in stuff out of the way. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up before you leave whenever you come and go, and also click subscribe to the channel if you're new to the channel. And if you really want to talk to me on a one-to-one basis, join the Telegram group chat. The link to it is down below, and there's Team Glen as a whole, and we all chat in there about different topics about cryptocurrency every single day. So that's all my plugs done. So today I just wanted to talk about some thoughts that I have about cryptocurrency and Bitcoin in particular today. So actually this video was inspired by having a conversation with my good friend Nathan, who you may remember really early on in the video. So you'd have to be a real hardcore Bitcoin fan to remember Nathan. He was in one of my earliest videos. And we were talking about Bitcoin going up or down in price. And I said to him, he said, I said, oh, have you seen Facebook doing a... Sorry, I've got someone's hair in my mouth. Facebook are doing a cryptocurrency. And he said, yeah, I have. But I also hear that Britain are going to ban Bitcoin. And instantly I replied to him and I said, I hope they do. And he said, why'd you say that? And I said, oh, I swear I heard this story about in Zimbabwe, they banned Bitcoin and it's gone up to $76,000 or $100,000. So he said, no way. So then I thought, oh, did I just make that story up? But so I had to actually Google stories about Zimbabwe selling Bitcoin at a premium. Now, apparently, their government is not allowing certain transactions or certain money to leave the country without their permission. So if I wanted to buy an asset from another country, I'd have to actually get permission from the government first before I made that purchase. They could turn around and say, no, we don't want you to have money leave the country, sort of thing. So when you're trying to buy cryptocurrencies, JD says, Glenn, thanks for joining, mate. And King of Crypto, what did I miss? I know who that is. It's your biggest fan. You're all my biggest fans, surely. So yeah, Zimbabwe is restricting people from being able to send money out. Anyway, there's other stories there's other articles online that actually Bitcoin isn't at a premium. It's just the way that their inflation, their hyperinflation that they're seeing at the moment, the exchanges are trying to counteract that with how much their money's worth against the US dollar versus then the Bitcoin and stuff like that. So the figures are jumping about all over the place. So it may not be as clear cut as what it first seems, but there seems to be obviously a high demand for Bitcoin because obviously they're going through hyperinflation. And we talked about this like 2 years ago. And I remember doing a video sitting in my friend's front room actually, and we were talking about obviously like monopoly money and stuff like that. And if any of the westernized countries sort of experienced hyperinflation, then the price of Bitcoin would skyrocket. And since then, because at that point in time, I don't think I knew about any country in particular that was going through hyperinflation. I can't remember off the top of my head, but I swear since then, there's been a good 6 or 7 countries that are all experiencing this hyperinflation or just really high, they might not call it hyperinflation, but really high inflation at least. Obviously, Venezuela's one, Zimbabwe's one, Greece is going through a really hard time. Apparently, in Europe as well. Is it Italy? Italy are really struggling at the moment, and maybe Spain. I'm not too sure. Might have made Spain up actually, but I was talking to someone the other day and they were saying about all the countries, really the only strong economy is sort of Germany, France, and obviously Britain. Obviously, we're looking to leave the EU, if we leave the EU. But anyway, it just emphasizes to me that we were talking about these things 2 years ago, and it's actually happening. It's actually happening around the world. There's hyperinflation, price of Bitcoin is skyrocketing within those regions, and there's a demand for it. Now, a lot of people, when we talk about, oh, I think Bitcoin's going to 100,000 or a million, people, it's really hard to actually sit down and digest that. It's, when you actually sit and think about it, someone might just say it off the cuff and someone might go, yeah, yeah, maybe, yeah. But actually, to digest it, you're like, well, are you saying that Bitcoin will be worth more than, say, the whole of gold across the world? And then also, then you start looking at fiat currencies and stuff like that. I can't see it overtaking them sort of things, and not for years. But you are seeing that just very quickly, if something goes really bad with a economic structure within a certain region, Bitcoin in particular, people are just driving towards it, and they're willing to pay a premium for it. And it only takes a catalyst or something like that to happen within any particular region. Now, I said to my friend Nathan, I said, "Oh, I hope they do here." And he said, "Oh, yeah, but then you wouldn't be able to buy any Bitcoin." And I said, "Yeah, I'd get one of my American viewers from YouTube, one of you guys, 'cause surely you'd help me out. I'd buy it off you guys for whatever you want to sell it for to me. Sell it, I don't know, whatever the price is now, $11,000. I'd buy it off you, and then I'd sell it here at the high premium. Apparently, that's Zimbabwe. That's what's happening on the ground. It's actually." You have to buy it sort of peer to peer, otherwise you can't get hold of it, because obviously the government have blocked money going out to sort of these exchanges online and stuff like that. So if you do want to buy Bitcoin, you have to sort of buy it on the black market, and obviously they're going to charge a premium for that service. So yeah, I sort of hope it does. But anyway, that's my sort of little rant over about Zimbabwe. You may believe it, may not believe it. There's articles stating different things on there. I don't necessarily believe everything I read about that, but this is the but. I haven't seen articles like this coming out since the last bull run, and this is the point I was trying to make in my Telegram group chat before I went live. Within the space of like 2 minutes, I was reading some articles. One was that Zimbabwe one because it got brought up in conversation, and then I read this other article about how the phrase Bitcoin is being searched on Google, and it's at a 17-month high or something like that. It's the most it's ever been searched on Google. When we look at the bull run and obviously the drop in price, it's in the past historically been a good indicator of when a bull run is imminent, because the more people are searching for it, the more likely they are to find about Coinbase or a wallet, and then the more likely they are to go, oh, do you know what, I'll give that a try, I'll try and put 100 quid in it. So, I say to you guys all the time, I don't do technical analysis. I've got nothing to back up anything I say. When I say, oh, I think it's going to 100,000, I've got nothing to prove to you that that could possibly happen. It's just a feeling that I have. And normally my gut feeling is pretty good. I've made a few calls, within this channel and within Telegram, and I've been pretty good. Envian was probably my low point. I picked Envian as the ICO that I wanted to invest in, but by the sounds of things, any ICO that I invested in would have gone down the pan. There's very few that actually did all right in the end. But yeah, it's Bitcoin dominance is really high at the moment. It's something like, I think it's getting close to 70%. I've never seen it that high. When I first came into crypto, which was 2 years ago or a year and a half ago, can't remember now. The highest it was I think 55, 56, maybe 60% at a push, but we're at sort of all-time, not all-time, but very high Bitcoin dominance over the others. We're seeing loads of the altcoins just really crashing down. And when you look at again, I've reiterated this a lot of times. If you're new to crypto, and one of the websites that we all use is CoinMarketCap. Some people have come away from that one now, but if you actually look at the altcoins, it looks like they're up 2%, 5%, 10%, whatever on any particular day, or down 10%, whatever. But actually, when you click up the little selection box and go from US dollar down to Bitcoin, because that is how you're going to trade these altcoins, they're all down massively, massively. If you go to Coin Market Cap, I wish I had my computer so we could do this live, but if you click on US, like instead of USD Bitcoin, and then change view all, so you view all of them, and then at the end it shows you like a 24-hour, 7-day, and I think a month or a couple of weeks, can't remember, but it shows you 3 different figures, or it might be 30 days. Yeah. They're all massively down, like hugely down. So yeah, altcoins have been absolutely destroyed. And I remember when the last bull run happened, when it went to sort of 20K, there was a lot of big people in the crypto space, Jimmy Song and a lot of the my crypto friends and stuff like that. They were saying, you know, there needs to be this cleansing, if you like this clearing out of all the shit altcoins, because it was getting too out of control. At some point, there needs to be a cleansing. And when it went from 19,000 down to yeah, eventually, obviously 3.5K, it sort of stagnated. And I don't know, we saw a few of them sort of go down very low, but not to zero. But it seems that Bitcoin, what's actually happened is when Bitcoin has risen, that's when the altcoins are getting destroyed, not when Bitcoin dropped dramatically in price. Because obviously everyone's sitting there thinking, okay, I'll just hold on to my whatever shit coins. I'll hold on to them, I'll trade them, whatever. But soon as Bitcoin's obviously gone on a rise, everyone's like, oh shit, I don't want to miss out on this big bull run. I'll wait for the alt season to start. And they're waiting for, you know, they've converted all their altcoins into obviously Bitcoin, which means that all these altcoins are getting sold off and just fucking dramatically getting smashed. And obviously Bitcoin dominance is rising. Now, I assume what will happen is when Bitcoin goes up, again, another time, like on a big bull run, which I've got a feeling it's going to be soon, we'll see people start to think, oh, okay, well, you know, if Bitcoin goes up to say $40,000, oh, that's only a 4x. Oh, if I invest in fucking Ripple, I could get a 10x or a whatever. So we'll probably see that again happening. And that's just pure greed, isn't it? That's people saying, oh, I'm onto a good thing here, but I want a bit better. I want it, you know, I want the better thing. So yeah, that's what I see happening. That's what I seem to see happening in the media, online, the chat. I watch a couple of, even though I don't do any trading myself at all, I watch a couple of traders who do technical analysis and stuff like that. And they all seem to be sort of, oh, this looks like, now we've had a 30-40% drop recently, although it was very quick. This actually sets it up nicely for a sort of a bull run again, if you like. And we saw how quick Bitcoin went from 3 to 14K. It was just so fast. You've got to say, well, if it's say 11.5, 12, 13, whatever, if it does go on that same bull run again, percentage wise, where's that going to take it? Potentially that could take it to 45, 50K very easily. And if that did happen, you know, I'd have to rethink what I eventually think that Bitcoin's going to go to, because if Bitcoin gets to sort of 40, 50,000, you've got to look at it and say, well, give it another 4 years, because these seem to be 4-year cycles, these big run-ups and then drop-offs. The next big one should be sort of 200 to 250,000, surely. I don't know. I've got, it's mental. It's absolutely mental. So I've got this inkling that based on sort of the increase of interest in my YouTube videos, you know, obviously I'm not a big YouTuber, I'm just a normal guy, as you guys know. I don't put in overly too much effort with this channel. I used to when I had my laptop. I wish I had my laptop. I would put in more effort actually, because I seem to have a lot of evenings now. The kid, I had young kids before, and I found it really hard staying up late. But the kids are getting older now. They're sort of, my youngest one's 2. So she's starting to sleep throughout the whole night, and she's going to bed earlier and stuff like that. So I'm like, now I've got a free hour or 2 to myself. I could sit there and do a video. So yeah, I might have to invest back into a computer and do some videos for you guys. But anyway, obviously I've been doing them through this iPhone for the last I don't know, 6 months, year, whatever it was. Anyway, I'm seeing an increase in the amount of interest, the comments in my videos, people joining the Telegram group, the interest on Google for the search term for Bitcoin, media news things coming out, TA analysis starting to give bullish signals. And I think the biggest one, if I'm being honest, is when you start seeing, I can't remember the channel in America, CNBC or CNN, well, I don't know, one of them, but they do all like the fast money and stuff like that, and they always talk about Bitcoin and stuff. And they did a video the other day about, so how do you buy Bitcoin? And they did a video at showing you how to buy Bitcoin. I thought, oh my God, this is it all over again. I remember they did that with Ripple or something like that. And obviously Ripple went on a big bull run then. So yeah, all the signs are there to say to me. And obviously this Facebook thing, I basically I was watching I listened to a podcast earlier, and just, it was like, it was about cryptocurrency. They were listing off the things that are sort of happening within the next year or so. And I was just like, right, positive, 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 positive. Like, and I was thinking, yeah, that is going to happen. Yeah, that probably will happen. And I was thinking, oh my God, like, this is insane. Like, now I'm really hyped up for it. I'm like, oh. And if I'm hyped up for it, there's obviously 100,000 other people out there that are also getting hyped up for it. So I don't know what to do though. I sort of promised myself, and I promised, I said to you guys that I wouldn't buy Bitcoin with forms of credit and stuff, but I just haven't got the funds. I wouldn't be able to raise the funds at this point in my life to buy more Bitcoin. I feel like I'm starting to FOMO in a bit now, and like, actually, I need to buy some in. I've got something coming my way, but it won't be until September. Now, does that mean though in September I'm gonna sit back and think, oh, I wish I bought at 10, 11K? Maybe, but what can I do? What can I do? I don't want to put it on credit cards. I don't want to get loans, but then I may regret it. Yeah, and like I say, this was my main point of the video today. So sorry if I'm just reiterating myself. A lot of guys on YouTube use technical analysis, or some of them are just proper die-hard Bitcoin people. And even if the price of Bitcoin was dramatically dropping, they'd still post videos. There's this one guy in particular, he posts videos with big thumbnails saying Bitcoin's going to $1 million today, every day. Sell your home. Take a second. Yeah, I should probably do that actually. Trouble is, obviously, is when to cash back out, isn't it? So let's say you buy Bitcoin today and it does go up to 40,000. During that process, you're thinking, oh my God, it's gone up to 40,000. Oh, I don't want to cash it out in case it goes to 100,000. Again, you start getting greedy and you start emotionally trading. So I actually thought today, this is another thought I had, so sorry if I'm rambling on. My whole journey was, Glenn, your boy is back. I was thinking today that I've got 5 children all in total. Record breaking Tesco shop done. Record breaking. I don't know what that means. Sorry, JD. I've got 5 children, and I've been, I would suppose you could say, selfish in this whole process, and been thinking, oh, I want to accumulate one whole Bitcoin. But then I was thinking, actually, if I wanted to, in quick time, sorry, I'm not sure, sorry, that's Anyway, what if I was to accumulate somehow 5 whole Bitcoin and I put them in 5 different wallets, and obviously like hard wallets, saying, and just put them aside for them. Like it's like, in the future, if say fiat currency really tanks and the kids have actually got one whole Bitcoin, it doesn't matter what Bitcoin's worth against fiat money. It might be worth like $5 million, but obviously they're going to want to buy a home or buy, I don't know, pay to go through uni or something like that, and they could use that Bitcoin for it. And I can say, here you go, I bought this for $9,000 or pounds when I was 30, and they'd be like, oh my god, that's mental. So yeah, that was just saying. I was thinking, actually, I probably should set my sights higher and be like, right, I need to accumulate at least 6 Bitcoin, one for me and one each for my children. And who knows? Obviously, when we say about Bitcoin replacing fiat currencies and stuff, will it happen in my lifetime? I'm 34, 35. So that means essentially I've probably got about 35 to 40 years left in my life, if I'm being sort of pessimistic, I suppose. A lot of people always seem to round up to 100, but the average life expectancy is like 75 in the UK. So let's say I've got another 35, 40 years. Will Bitcoin replace all fiat currencies within the next 30 to 40 years? It may happen, but I mean, that would be a massive turning point in mankind, if you like. And I would love to witness that, but I don't know, it might not happen. But will it happen in their lifetime? They've still got 70 years. Chance are, probably. So it probably means more for me to accumulate Bitcoin for them as opposed to me. So that's another thought I had. Maybe I should set my sights higher. Maybe I should try and accumulate sort of 5, 6 Bitcoin. That would be mental. I'd love to have that. But how can I do this? So I could obviously earn the money and buy Bitcoin as and when I earn the money, or I was thinking about doing trades and stuff like that, like going shorts and longs on BitMEX and trying to earn money that way. Now, I know a lot of you obviously do that and you lose money, you gain money, then lose money, gain money, lose money, and all that. And, swings and roundabouts, I suppose. But the good thing, I'm sort of getting my head around it. I haven't really spent any time researching like BitMEX and doing future contracts and going shorts and longs and stuff like that. I've put no effort into it at all at this point in my life, just to get that clear. But you can, with Bitcoin, from what I understand, as long as you're sort of betting for Bitcoin when it's going up and you're betting against it when it's going down, you can make your money either way. So it doesn't matter. It honestly doesn't matter whether Bitcoin's going up or down, which is great because you can do that all year round. There's no electricity costs. So actually it makes sort of more sense than mining. Mining's only good when Bitcoin's at a really high premium, and when the hash rate isn't too high. So you're really restricted. Whereas trading Bitcoin, you can make money on the up and down. Trouble is, it's so volatile. So you will make money, you'll make a lot of money one day and then lose a lot of money the other day. So you have to be really touch and go with when you make your trades. Hence why all these people do technical analysis so much. Whereas, I was listening to Sank earlier and they were saying about the price of gold going up like $5 or something. And I was like, who gives a fuck about that? But they were saying, oh God, this is, Bitcoin's on gold's on the rise, this is going to be mental. And I was thinking, fucking hell, Bitcoin goes up or down like $5 every 2 minutes. So yeah, it is that, what I think you have to do, this is again what I'm gauging from a distance. You have to take a step back. When Bitcoin starts to really rally up, if you don't have to be there at ground zero. If you get in at Bitcoin, say when it's on the up, as we've just seen, like when it went from $7,000-8,000 all the way up to 14, at any point there, if you betted that obviously Bitcoin was going to go up, you probably made money. And I did sort of do, not that obviously I know anything, but I did say, I think Bitcoin's going to drop back down, and it did. And I didn't I suppose I did slightly, but if you guys remember, I did a video where I said I bought like £1,000 worth of uh, Bitcoin. Um, I only bought about £600 worth, but that went up to £1,000 because obviously I bought in at something like 993 or something like that, and then Coinbase put my account on hold, so my funds on hold, so I couldn't really do anything with it. So I just left it. I just didn't care. I didn't care if the price went up or down. I couldn't do anything about it. I held in, and the price of it went up to like 1,050. Then 2 days later, price started to drop, and then Coinbase emailed me and said, your funds are now available. So what I did was I cashed them back out from Bitcoin because it went back down to sort of £800 mark or something like that's worth of crypto, and I cashed out because I thought, you know what, if this keeps dropping like the way it's going to drop, I'll buy back in at 9,000 again. I've accumulated more Bitcoin. So that's what I did. So actually I came out from it up, if you like. Now you could say, oh, if I'd cashed out at 14k and done that, but it doesn't matter. I accumulated more Bitcoin than I started with. Now you think, obviously I've done that with, say, £700 worth of, buying £700 worth of Bitcoin. If I was to do the same with mining, on the other hand, I would have to buy the machine, run it for a month, well, not even a month. I'd have to run it for several months, pay all the electricity, have to put up with the heat, the noise, and then obviously hope that it brings in a continuous revenue, and at some point I'm up. But you have to hope that the hash rate doesn't go up and you don't get fucked over. So what I was trying to say is that trading does seem a lot easier. The trouble is, obviously, when you're in like once you're in the trade, so let's say you buy Bitcoin today, and I'm sure all of you have done this at some point. If you have no Bitcoin, you could go days, weeks, months without even checking the price of Bitcoin because you're not invested. You just be like, oh, I'll just check it every now and then. Glen's evolution. Oh yeah, a lot of people said to me when I first started, don't do mining, trade it. And I thought, nah. But anyway, when you're invested, when you're in it, on the other hand, you want to check the price every 5 minutes, and you start to panic. If the price of it goes down, you're like, oh fuck. If the price of it goes up, you're like, oh, I need to cash out now. Oh, what if it goes back down again? Oh, look, it's just gone up like 10%. Oh, fuck. And it's very hard to not be emotionally involved. I think probably the best strategy, from what I can gather, is to actually treat it like how you would as if you weren't invested in it. So, if I honestly thought, right, okay, I can see Bitcoin going up to 13, 14,000 again fairly quickly. I think today it went from like 10.8 to 11.3. I think it's 11.3, 11.4 now. So it went up sort of $1,400 just throughout the day today. So I can see it going up to sort of 13, 14. Now, if I placed that bet, or a bet trade, if you like, I still think it's a bet. I think it's a gambling thing. And a lot of people that are into gambling tend to go into crypto, and obviously doing these betting on the futures and the shorts and longs is essentially, there's no other way to put it. It is gambling. You are literally putting money forward, and you're gambling that the price is going to be red or green on any particular day or month or whatever. So it is gambling. There's no other way. Obviously, people that do technical analysis, they still get it wrong. Sometimes they get it right, but essentially you're gambling. It's the same with gambling. You bet on red or black on the roulette table. Sometimes you're right, sometimes you're wrong. Sometimes you say hit when you're on an 18 or a 17 at blackjack, and you get a fucking 4 come out, and you think, oh, that was the right move. It was pure luck that you got it, but you look at the cards that came out before, and you say, oh well, there's been like 3 lots of 10s come out and two kings or queens or whatever. So the odds are it's going to be a low card that comes out next, and then they, stuff like that. So it is a gambler's mentality. But I suppose, like I say, taking sort of a investor's view on cryptocurrency. When you say tradesman, do you mean a plumber? Yeah, I should become a plumber. You gambling, not me. I know what will happen. Bitcoin will go up, period. Yeah, well, that's actually what you're talking about, Antonio, is right. JD says Charizard has entered the building. Glenn, come out of your thought process. You are a tradesman. LOL. Yeah, if I'm being honest, I can honestly say, hand on heart, that I believe that we're gonna, at some point this year, test all-time highs. Now, I don't know how it works with BitMEX and stuff like that. Like, do you have to set a date, a time, and a price of when it's going to go up, down, if that's met? So obviously all these things, I'd need to learn it. I would need to sit down and do a good week or two of research. Like, I'd have to sit there and watch all the YouTube videos under the sun, read loads of articles. I'd have to start studying TA, maybe do an online course, something like that, before I even start throwing 500 quids into it and stuff like that. So, but hand on heart, I can honestly say that I believe that Bitcoin will hit sort of 15 to 20,000 this year at some point. So, but then I also believe that it will drop back down. It will go from, once it gets to sort of near the all-time high, it will drop down a bit, and then it will go back up, and then it will drop down, it'll go back up. So I don't know how that works. I don't know if you have to set it on a set date or time, whatever. But anyway, that's my thoughts. Just thought I'd share that with you guys. It seems like things are ramping up in the cryptocurrency space. This Facebook Libra thing, I was reading about that, and it sounds legit, and a lot of people will say, no, Glenn, it's not decentralized, not this, not that. I don't care. It doesn't matter. But you've got someone that people will listen to. And I said fucking years ago, I said about 2 years ago, it doesn't matter if you create the world's best cryptocurrency. If you haven't got a fucking sales force behind it pushing it down everyone's throat, it won't take off, because there is like 2,500 coins out there. Who knows which is the fucking good one or not? We all know that Bitcoin is eventually going to wipe the rest all clean. But there are a lot of people that believe Bitcoin is a scam, is a shitcoin. And when Facebook bring out this Libra and people get used to using it, I'm sure they won't call it Libra. Eventually it'll be something else. But they're creating wallets for people, right? So people are already going to get their head around, oh, okay, I've got this digital wallet on my phone. And they were saying that they're going to be able to bring the bank, like a banking system, to millions and millions of people that have Facebook and they have a phone, but they have no bank. They have no way of getting a driving license, a passport, stuff like that from their government without huge fees. So they just don't do it. But they have a smartphone, or they have access to internet in some way. Now, this Libra, apparently, they'll be able to have a crypto wallet, and it will be able to send and receive Libra, but potentially also other cryptocurrencies as well, which means people are going to go, oh, look, there's this Libra thing. I can send thingy in Zimbabwe this many Libra. And then people are going to then think, oh, look, this Bitcoin thing's worth $10,000 or $50,000. God, that must be well good, that one. And it's just going to open their eyes to it. Whereas obviously trying to say to people, oh, yeah, download this wallet and you have to have your private keys. You need to remember 12 key phrase. Whereas obviously Facebook are going to attach it to your profile somehow, I assume. And there's going to be a little button on your app on your phone that you click, and I'll say send money to King of Crypto, send him some Libra. And I think, oh, that was an easy process. Oh, look, there's Bitcoin as well. That does the same thing. They don't need to know the full technical, like, oh, yeah, Bitcoin is decentralized and it's, it does this mining process and it has, proof of work. But you don't need to understand all that. I don't understand how fiat works. I don't understand, like, who's the man that decides whether the interest rate should go up or down, and who's the fucking, like, who decides when it gets printed, and then who's that owed against, and who do we owe it back to, and if America are the world reserve, like, how comes they owe fucking $2 trillion? Who do they owe that to? Like, it's just like, I don't fully understand, but I use it every day, and that's what I believe Libra will do for cryptocurrency. So that was a massive point. And I thought, do you know what? I remember saying, like, obviously in the last bull run, God, if only like a big player came out and created, everyone was saying, like, oh yeah, Telegram token and shit like that. But, you know, Facebook are in, fucking MasterCard, Visa, Uber, PayPal, they're all going to be part of this Libra. If they all start accepting it, eventually it's going to become the money of the internet. So you'll be able to buy stuff from Amazon and all the others, I assume. But that's great. If it works, fucking great, hands down, like, sweet. But then you've got your foot in the door then. Do you know what I mean? All them people, they're going to be like, okay, I'm used to digital money now. Oh, look, there's this Bitcoin. Why is everyone rave about that? What does that do? Oh, maybe I should just have some just in case, you know. And it's just, you've got your foot in the door, innit? It's infectious. Cryptocurrency is infectious. Read the Tower of Basil. He is starting to believe the virus is spreading. Mind's eye. That PJ always offer up the Discord for you. I mean, he's a trader, not a gambler. Yeah, I know. PJ in the Telegram group chat, he did actually offer. He said, Glenn, I'll talk you through. I would need to have, at the minute, I've got zero understanding of how it works. So I'd have to do a bit of research before I even looked into that. But let me know what you guys think. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Comment down below what this PJ is famous. I assume that's meant to say fabulous. Yeah, all my boys in the Telegram group chat, I think we've got a real good click in there now, actually. If you want to be a part of it, click the link in the description below. People have messaged me saying that the link is hard to find or something, so I don't know, I need to sort that out. But that's it from me, guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for commenting on all the videos. I've tried to reply back to everyone a couple of weeks ago, and there was loads of fucking spam. God, I had so much crap. I had to sit there and individually delete them all. Glenn, it's not in the description. It's hidden in about. Oh, that sent Sonic in the group is a bit of a bag. Don't bring your filth here. That's it from me, guys. I'll see you on the next video, and keep you posted on my cryptocurrency journey. See you later, guys. Bye.